should you summon on Raiden and Kinich? The answer is no, and let's talk about it. So the biggest reason why I can't recommend you guys summon on Raiden and Kinich is because, one, we have Mavwika rerunning, basically guaranteed next update, because we know we are out of all the characters. Let's go ahead. Hold on, I have the image. Boom, that's the wrong image. Here, look at this. This is the Natlan character lineup that they gave us. We now have seen every single one. We know Dahlia and Skirk are coming. They've already drip marketed them, and we've done all of these. They're all there. So yes, I don't think that we're gonna be getting any more updates beyond 5.7. I think 5.7 is our final update, unless they do an entire rerun update, which I won't be opposed to, right? I'm not gonna be opposed to that. I think that'd be nice to have it before 6.0, but I don't think that they're gonna do that, and I also think that Mavwika is next rerun. So if you're interested in Mavwika, skip. And then obviously if you're interested in Skirk, skip, because these banners aren't really that great. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Look at Kinich's banner. Kinich, he's good. He's good. I absolutely have to just, he's good. Whatever. However, what he's not is a toppest of tier DPS. He's not Nevi. He's not Mavwika. He's not, Arlecchino. He's not one of those three. Skirk will be one of those three. Mavwika is one of those three. And they're coming up next update. So if you're interested more in, meta perspective, then yeah, don't summon for Kinich. He's not good. He is the best Dendro DPS, I believe. However, can we really say that that's good? Like, how many times have you needed Dendro to break a shield? It's not really an issue. And then we can also take it a step further. Look at the 4 stars, Lynette, Toma, Kujosara. Not really all that great. Kujosara's good. However, she's aged out because she no longer, there's no mega electro character in the game right now that wants that, level of support, and for that short of duration especially. Because, Kujosara was specifically designed for Raiden, so her being like that, not really that great. So overall, yeah, even on the Kinich banner, not great. And then also Raiden. Yeah, Raiden, she just isn't good anymore. She isn't. Even my C3 Raiden, she's getting stomped out by Kinich. Kinich is dumpstering this character, and it's not even funny. It's genuinely, you put C3 Raiden next to my C1 Kinich, and it's like, man, not even a question I would take Kinich over. Because Kinich also has, if he doesn't miss, Raiden can miss her initial slash. It's not too common, but she can do it. Kinich, not so much, right? He can miss it, obviously, but he will hit something, right? He will hit something for 300,000 damage. It's pretty good, I would say. And then we could go ahead and talk about Engulfing Lightning and, Fang of Mountain King. They're all right weapons. I would only recommend summoning one of these if you want, Fang for Kinich. And that is the only time I think you should summon on this banner. The 4 stars aren't that bad. We have Stringless, we have, Dragon's Bane, and we have Favonius Greatsword. Those are all 3 pretty decent weapons just for, sort of niche scenarios that you may need them for. But Lion's Roar and I, not so much, niche. They're more so, I don't have a better option, we'll go ahead and put Lion's Roar on Kaching, right, or something, right? You'll do that. I is just actually trash, But other than that, there's not really much else to talk about with the 4 stars. And I don't actually like Engulfing Lightning that much. The reason why I don't like it that much is mainly because if you look at the character set that this weapon is really good on, it's all characters that aren't really that good anymore, right? Because they're all 2.0 characters. So looking at all the polearm characters, right, we have, Raiden, obviously. Hu Tao doesn't want it. Zhao doesn't want it. Shenhe doesn't want it. I mean, Shenhe can use it, but she doesn't want it. She'd prefer something that's just outright giving her a lot of attack and, stuff. Now that you're running basically 3 cryos with Shenhe, her energy recharge requirements also went down a lot, which is something we can talk about in a minute. Sinnoh doesn't really want it. Mika can make use of it if he just needs to get his burst back and stuff to heal you. But then again, who's using Mika? Chevy can make use of it, but then again, she wants HP %, so Staff of Homo is pretty good for her, right? It depends on your substats there, obviously. But then, Arlecchino doesn't want it. You'd rather have, I don't know. Is White Tassel better than Engulfing for Arlecchino? It might be. Might be. Don't quote me on that, but it might be. Emily can make good use out of it because she is a really strong burst character. So getting a lot of ER for her, and there's not many situations where Emily is able to really recover her burst super fast. So I would say getting a lot of ER on her because she's not collecting on field Dendro particles, right? That's the reason. you know, getting ER on her isn't a bad idea. It's not, you know, so Engulfing Lightning works on her. Miss Coffee, not so much. And then Eon-san, I would say, is the best candidate out of literally anybody except Raiden herself to use this weapon, because getting the extra attack for your energy recharge is really nice on Eon-san, especially if you're not running her on Cinder and, you know, you already have a character on Cinder, right, that I like. You know, like I run Shield on it a lot, you know, so Eon-san a lot of the times isn't actually run on Cinder, but, you know, a lot of the time she is. So, yeah, it's not a great weapon, I would say, and just the more specialized that these weapons get, the worse these, like, you know, all-rounders sort of get also. Because, like, we have, you know, Engulfing Lightning. It was really good, you know, even if you go ahead and you, like, look back, you know, let's say you only look back at, like, you know, behind Shinha, right? So, in the 2.0 series update, literally every character could use this, you know, polearm, except like Zhao and Hu Tao. Like even Zhongli, you could make the argument that using him for Petra technique, you know, it could work, right? And by Petra, I mean petrifying the enemies with his Q. And then Rosaria does want a lot of energy recharge because she was often run not with. The point being, energy recharge has like become less of an issue nowadays because like they don't design characters that need loads and loads of energy. Like there are still a few out there. However, you know, there's not a lot that need 85% energy recharge, right? That is what this weapon gives them, by the way, if you don't know. That's 85% energy recharge. It's all right. Now, Fang is really good for Kinich. If you get it for Kinich, pretty good. You don't. But other than that, it's literally just a 11% crit damage and maximum attack. You know, Claymore, it's not really a huge thing. I just would not say that it's like a, you know, it's good Claymore stat stick. However, it's important to note that Mavuika's weapon, which is coming next update, is the same stat stick. However, it has way better of passive that'll work with way more characters. So if you're interested in maybe, you know, getting a Claymore for, you know, a character that you have, then wait for Mavuika's weapon literally next update. I'm telling you. And it might be better because Skirk's weapon might also be with it. And if Skirk's weapon looks anything like Mavuika's, that's a pretty good weapon. It is. We'll see what Skirk's weapon looks like. You know, I could be completely wrong. It could be, you know, relegated to freeze, just how, you know, Kinich is relegated to burning with his Claymore. I would say these banners aren't worth summoning for at all because it's just, you have Skirk, you have Mavuika, you might have Seat Lolly next rerun. Like, it is not the time to summon right now. It just isn't, right? Even if, like, well, I mean, if this was Mavuika, obviously it'd be different. Like, the only characters I could encourage people to summon for here is, like, Fiorina, Shilonen. I think those are the only two because those two are just such good supports. Even Kazuha, I would, you know, he's being put on the Chronicle banner. Oh, you can't really see that. I'm pretty sure he's on the Chronicle banner, right? Am I wrong? If he's not on the Chronicle banner, sick. But, or I mean, not, well, he is, but what I meant was like, cool. He's not getting relegated to Chronicle, but they put him on Chronicle, okay? I'll talk about it. I'll talk about Chronicle in a separate video, probably tomorrow's video. But I just don't think people should be summoning on the Kinich and Raiden banners right now. It just isn't a good idea. I get, like, if you like Kinich, sure, he's not gonna do you wrong. But if you want the strength of, like, if strength is what you're looking for, wait an update. I'm telling you, wait an update and you're cooking. You know, you have, like, one of the better characters in the game, like, literally the best character in the game also. Because, like, Mavuika, if she doesn't rerun in 5.7, it basically guarantees a 5.8 update, and that would be interesting because it'd be an entirely rerun update unless they, like, if they didn't reveal all the characters that were coming with this list here, it would be interesting. But, yeah, and also you can point out now that, yeah, I mean, Dahlia very much so seems like a 4-star. I don't think that they're going to do, I don't think that they're going to give Skirk another 5-star with, you know, I mean, he's a 5-star Hydro character, so he could be a DPS. But I imagine if they're releasing a Hydro character, he's probably going to support Skirk in some way. I'm assuming he's a 4-star. So, yeah, 4 stars, 5 stars. It is kind of crazy how, you know, they got completely, you know, like, Genshin literally just in our face told us, yeah, these 3 characters are a 4-star on the left, right? And, you know, it's interesting, certainly. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.